Hello, Prep 2, and today we are going to take a new grammar lesson, which is the models. We are going to take the models, the semi-models, and the perfect models, but today we are going to talk about the models. Okay, so can you guess what are these models? Excellent, like can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might. All these are called models. And the models cannot be conjugated at any means. By any means, it cannot be conjugated at all. Okay? So here, I would like to tell you that the models, okay, are as they are. Okay? But what changes is the verb that comes after them. Okay? So here we are going to talk about some models, okay, that can come after them the verb in the infinitive form. And what is the verb in the infinitive form? Okay, the verb in the infinitive form, uh, I mean here the verb in the infinitive form that doesn't have any additions. No S, no ES, no ING. Okay, I want you guys in each model you have to study what they are used for. They are very important. Okay? Like for example, let's talk about can, the first one, can and could, and this one you are going to find it in your grammar reference on page number 166. Okay, so they have explained everything. Just study them and everything will be fine. Let's start with can and could, and let's start with can. Okay, has how many uses here? The can here has 3 uses. Okay, so here we have 3 uses for can. Number 1 is that it talks about general ability in the present, in the future, something that you can do. I can count to 10. I can visit my uncle tomorrow. Okay, so anything in the present or in the future that you can do or you have the ability to do it, we use can plus the verb in the infinitive. Sally can use a computer and she's only 4. Number 2, for requests. So number 2 is for what? Request. So number 1 is general ability in the present and in the future. Okay, and number 2 is for requests. When I request someone to do something, can you help me in my homework? Can you open the door for me? Okay, and number 3 for permission. Okay, for permission, like when I say you can go to the technology exhibition. Okay, you can go out. Okay, you can visit your uncle after you finish your dinner. So again, I use can for 3 things: for ability in the present and the future, for request, and for permission. Okay, suppose now I want to use can't plus the verb in the infinitive, and that means it's something which is not true, something impossible to happen. When I say this can't be Ali is in London now, so that means this is impossible to be Ali, or he's not Ali. He can't be a physicist. Okay, he don't know what E equal MC2 means. Okay, so here this is again the negative of can is can't and means impossible to be. Okay, so this is can. Let's go now and move to could. Okay, let's go and move to could, and we use could, guys. So here we use could. Okay, we use could, okay, plus the bare infinitive, same. Okay, for how many things? For 4 things. Number 1, okay, number 1 is to talk about general ability in the past only. Okay, not in the present, only in the past. Okay, number 2, to talk about possibility. Okay, number 3, for polite requests, and number 4, to make suggestions. So again, to talk about general ability in the past, something that you could do it in the past. When I was young, I could climb a tree. When I was 5 years old, I could speak English. So this is ability, but where only in the past. Very good. Number two, to talk about possibility. Okay? Possibility means something which can be possible. Okay? If you stand under the rain, the lightning might strike, could strike you. Okay, so here this is something which possible to happen. So again, general ability in the past, possibility, polite requests. It's a request, but in a polite way. When you are talking to your mother, to your manager, could you please help me? Could you please tell me the plan for today? Okay, and number four, to make suggestions. If you want to recommend or to suggest something, you say, we could go to the cinema tomorrow. You could mix red chemicals with the blue ones. Okay, so could is used. General ability in the past, possibility, polite requests, and suggestions. Okay, this is could plus the bare infinitive. So now we have understood can and could. And now let's move to another two models. Another two models, which are may and might. Okay, so we have here may and might. Okay, and we use, let's talk first about may. Okay, may plus the bare infinitive. As you can see here, we have how many uses? We have three uses for may. Okay, so we use may for possibility, but in the future. Possibility where? In the future. Ahmed might come tomorrow. Okay, it might, Ahmed may come tomorrow, or it may rain tomorrow. They may give Hector the research scholarship. So something which possible to happen where in the future. Number two, again for polite requests. Okay, what's the difference between the polite requests here and the polite requests in could? Here we use it with I and we only. Okay, may I use your mobile phone? May we visit you tomorrow? Okay, and for polite permission. Yes, you may see the doctor. You may see the professor. Yes, you may go out. So again, we use may for three things. Possibility, but where in the future. Number two, polite request with I and me only. And number three, polite permission. I'm giving permission to someone in a polite way. All right? Now, what about might? What about might? Huh? Can you tell me? We use might plus the bare infinitive for two things. Number one, to talk about possibility again in the future, but here the possibility is like 20%. Okay? Here the possibility is like 40%, so may is stronger than might. Okay? So here to talk about possibility in the future, the teacher might come tomorrow. Okay? And it is the past tense of may. Okay? Dad said that he might buy a new laptop, but this is in the past. Okay? This is something may happen, but in the past it will be might happen. Okay? So again, might is the possibility in the future, but it is less stronger than may. Okay? And might again is the past of the word may. Okay? So these are the two other models, may and might. Let's go to other two or other model. Okay, let's talk about must. Okay, let's talk about must. And we use must, guys, to talk, must plus the, all of them takes, in this section takes the bare infinitive after it. Okay, we have how many? We have four uses for must. Number one, something is necessary to happen. Okay, you must see a doctor. You must study hard for your exam. Okay, number two, talk about obligations. What are the obligations? Obligations, that something which like instructions. You must fasten your seat belt before the flight departs. Okay, you must press this button to turn off the machine. Number 3, show that we are sure that something is true. When you are true about something, when you are true that something is going to happen, you say must, okay? This must be Ali. Okay, he told me that he will call me at 5 o'clock. Okay, so she must be very clever as she's studying physics. So again, number 1, something necessary, something very important, you should do it, or you must do it. Number 2, obligations, instructions, rules, you have to do it. Okay. 3, something that is always true. Okay, or something that's true. Must be, we use it, must be clever. Okay. And number 4, to recommend something. Okay, if I am recommending, you must see this film, it's amazing. You must visit this doctor, he's a very clever one. Okay. So must, we have 4 uses for must. Something necessary, obligations, something that's true, and recommending something. Okay, then mustn't plus the bare infinitive to talk about something that is not allowed. So guys, must plus the verb infinitive is for something which is always true. Okay, or that you are sure that's true. Can't be is the opposite of must be. Okay, not mustn't. I say this must be Ahmed. Okay, he told me that he will come at 5. This can't be Ahmed. He told me that he will come at 7 and now it's 5. Okay, so did you notice the difference? These are the opposites of each other's, but mustn't is not the opposite of must. Mustn't means not allowed. Mustn't means not allowed. Okay, you mustn't park your car here because it isn't allowed. You mustn't touch those cables. It isn't allowed. Okay? So this is the mustn't plus the bare infinitive. Let's go to another model, which is should. And when I see the word should, immediately it comes to my mind the advice. Very good. And this is the main use. This is the main use of the this is the main use of should, okay, to talk about what? To talk about advice. Okay? So we use should for 2 things. Okay, number 1, to give advice. As I told you, you should take a break, you look tired, you should see a doctor, you should study hard for your exam, so I'm giving some advice. And to ask for advice, you're asking someone for advice. Okay, should I visit a doctor? Should I get more memory from my computer? So I'm asking someone to give me an advice. Okay, O2 can also be used in order to give advice. Okay, but we don't put it in the question form. Okay, so O2 is like should, giving advice, but we don't put it in the question what form. Thelma ought to study harder. Okay, guys, so O2 is what is like should, but we don't put it in the question. So should is very simple, giving advice, asking for advice. Okay, let's go to the next word, which is would. Okay, so we use would. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so as I told you guys, let's start with the would. Okay, and we use would, guys, for 2 things. Okay, actions that we did regularly in the past but we don't do it now. Habit that you used to do it in the past but no longer, but you don't longer do it right now. I would write letters to my friends, now I just email. When I was young I would visit my grandfather every day. Okay, So this is a habit or something that you regularly did it in the past, but now you stopped doing it. Okay? And number two, so this is number one. Number two, for polite requests. Okay? For polite requests like could. I can say, could you put some paper, or would you put some paper? Okay, so I'm requesting someone for, I'm requesting something, but in a polite way. So these are the two uses of would. Okay, let's move to another one, which is needn't. So we use needn't plus the bare infinitive. Okay, needn't plus the bare infinitive to talk about what something which is not necessary. Okay, we don't necessary to do it. It is not necessary to do it, I mean, okay? Like here, we use needn't plus the bare infinitive to say that something is not necessary. Okay? You needn't print the book. Okay? It's already on the internet. Okay? You needn't print the report. Just email it to me. So needn't means it's not necessary to do it. Okay? We can also use need. Okay? It has affirmative, negative, and question form. Okay, like they need to update, they don't need to buy, does so need to read. So this is a what normal sentence, this is a negative, and this is the what the question. Okay, and they are equal to needn't, but here don't need to is equal to needn't. I can say here you needn't buy a new printer, or you don't need to buy a new printer. Both are correct. Okay, so needn't is equal to don't or doesn't need to. All right, and it all means it's not necessary. And let's go to be able to. Okay, so be able to is used to talk about two things: general ability, number two, specific ability in the past. Okay, so ability. Okay, people are able to study abroad. Okay, students are able to upload their files. So this is ability. Okay, two, a specific ability but in the past. Okay, scientists were able to prove their theory. Okay, their theory. Or I can say Ali was able to read Latin, for example. Okay? So we cannot use could, because could, it was something you could do it in the past, any ability, but here a specific ability, we use be able to, or was or were able to. Okay, so again, we use be able to for a general ability, and number two for specific ability in the past. Okay, and then we have to. Okay, we use have to for two things. Okay, have to plus the verb in the infinitive. Okay, something is very necessary. Okay, you have to be careful while crossing the road. Okay, to obligation. Again, obligation like what? Excellent, like must. Okay, so obligation is for must and have to. Okay, Robert has to report any technical problems to his manager. Okay, students have to wear the uniform at school. Okay, so this is have to for something that's necessary, and to talk about obligation. Okay, and the last point that we are going to discuss today is the mustn't and don't have to. What are the differences between both of them? Okay, there is a very important difference between mustn't and don't have to. Mustn't means something is not allowed. Okay, but don't have to is something which is not necessary. Okay, when I say students mustn't or smoking mustn't, or when I'll give you another example. You mustn't smoke here, for example. Okay, that means it's not allowed to smoke here. Okay, you don't have to bring the O-level books with you tomorrow. So this means it's not necessary to bring something. That means it's not allowed. It is not meant that it is not allowed. No. Okay? It means it is not necessary. Okay? It's not a rule. It's not obligation. Okay? Scientists mustn't lie about the results of their research. We don't have to drive to work. We can take the bus. Okay, understood? So these are called models and semi-models. All these are called models and semi-models. And if you are going to study the use of each and every one, you will be able to solve any question. Now, guys, let's move again to page number 61 and let's solve the questions together. Okay, underline the model and the semi-model in these verbs, in these sentences, huh? Very good. Number one, must and have to. Very good. Can't. Huh? Should and ought. Excellent. 4. Very good. Can and may. 5. Amazing. Don't have to, needn't. 6. Very good. Can, could, will be able to. 7. Must be. Very good. 8. Can't, couldn't, won't be able to. Excellent. 9. Can or could. 10. Huh? Amazing. Mustn't or can't. And 11. Could or may or might. Awesome. You're all amazing. Thank you so much. Now let's go to exercise B. You are going to tell me the function of each and every model in exercise A. Which of the models that we have in A, okay, talked about ability, past, present, and future? Huh? Past, we have could, excellent. And present, we have can. And the future, we have will be able to, excellent. In the future, I will be able to drive a car. In ability, huh? Can't, couldn't, won't be able to. Very simple, excellent. Permission and request. When I give permission and request, I can say can say could, I can say may. Very good. Advice and suggestions. Advice, I mean should, shouldn't, ought to. These are for advices and suggestions. Possibility, could, may, might. Excellent. Necessity and obligation. Mustn't and can't. Very good. Excellent. Prohibition. Prohibition means not allowed. We said only one word. Mustn't. Amazing. No necessity or obligation. Very good. Don't have to. Or needn't. Okay. Certainty. You are certain. Must. Very good. And impossibility. Can't. So if you are going to study the uses of all these, you will be able to answer any question that you have in your exam. O2, as I told you, can be used for advice, but it is not in the question form. Let's go now to exercise C, and let's test our skills. Okay, complete the second sentences, though that they have similar meaning to the first sentences. Is it necessary for us to bring a film projector? Have. Huh? Do we have to? Excellent. Do we have to bring? I'm sure. When I see the word I'm sure, so it comes to my mind must. My mobile must be. Okay? You don't need. Have. So you don't? Excellent. Have to have. It's difficult to get a job if you can't use a computer. Able. It's difficult to get a job if you? Very good. Aren't able to. We are sure, as I told you. We are sure that your test results are wrong. And here we have the word right. So we need this one, but in the impossible form. Your test results, very good, can't be right. You should check the engine. Should. What's equal to should? Amazing. Ought to. Very good. You ought to check. It would be a good idea to recharge the battery. Should. You should recharge the battery. Very good. I want the experiment to work, but I don't know if it will. The experiment, you are not sure. May not or might not. Excellent. Very good. Okay. Write the answers, please. I think it's very simple. Let's go to exercise D. Now you are going to complete with one word. We will want to buy a nice digital camera for our holiday. We will have to buy. Excellent. I was to fix the faulty printer on my own. Able to. Amazing. You don't need use a calculator. Don't need to. Amazing. Huh? I need your advice. What do you think I ought to do? I ought to do. Very good. This one, guys, is not clear because it's coming in the question form, okay? You not go in there, it's forbidden. When I see forbidden, I think about the word what? Huh? Mustn't. Not is written, so I put must. I to work at the checkout all day yesterday, huh? I had to work. Amazing. Do you think I get a better laptop? I should. Very good, because I'm asking for advice here. He not remember where we are coming, so call him. He may. Very good, or might. Thank you, guys. You're all awesome. So, guys, I want you today to start solving your booklet, okay, the grammar section, and start solving the models, all right? And I want you to study the grammar reference at the back, as I told you, and you have to study what each model, the role of each model, okay? By studying the role of each model, you will be able to answer any question, okay? So this is today's lesson. I hope you understood it. Thank you, and have a nice day.